Here we are with my old friend and colleague Steve Flink in a day where nobody, I think, expected Andy Murray to lose to Kei Nishikori. He had won it 7 times out of 8,
right.
And Murray seemed to be in great shape. He had, for the last 2 months and a half, he had lost only 1 match.
And he'd beaten Nishikori badly in the Olympic Games too.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was on a good run. You're right.
But you know, Nishikori, I can see here, is the hero of the day, especially in Japan. It's almost 2 o'clock and all the Japanese journalists are still there because they are, they were waiting for the end of the match between Del Potro and Wawrinka. Wawrinka won it.
Yes, he did. In 4 sets.
Yeah.
Good effort. Can you consider that he had not played all that well over the course of the tournament, and he'd been match point down.
And then he had lost to Del Potro in Wimbledon.
Lost him at Wimbledon in 4 sets, right. So you would have thought Del Potro might have a slight edge coming in there. Del Potro had lost no sets at all in the tournament, and he'd had an easy day against Thiem in the previous round, who retired at a set and 3-2 down. So it all pointed, I thought, to a close win for Del Potro, but it went the other way. Wawrinka played, I think, his best match of the tournament.
Yes, and now Wawrinka will have to play Nishikori. They are 3-2 to Wawrinka in the head-to-head, but in Toronto it was 7-6, 6-1 for Nishikori.
I watched that. It was a very strange match, and Wawrinka was not playing well, and he had all these chances in the first set. He lost it in the breaker, and then he just completely disintegrated in the second set. I don't think we'll see anything like that. They had a great match here 2 years ago, 5-setter in the quarters that Nishikori won. Then they went to Australia after that, and Wawrinka destroyed him. Little hard match. I have a hard time making a prediction, other than I think they'll have a long, close semi-final that could go either way.
Sure. Anyway, let's go back to Nishikori beating Murray. I
Yes.
mean, it was a tough match, 5 sets, and many different situations. I thought that Murray would have won. Instead, he lost.
It was a strange match because Murray was up a set and a break, 6-1, 3-2, just cruising along, and then shortly thereafter the roof had to be put up for the rain, and Nishikori comes back, wins the second, Murray wins the third, and then suddenly Nishikori comes on strong again after Murray lost his temper a little bit with the umpire. It was a 6-1 4 set, and as you know, Ubaldo, the 5th set was crazy.
Yeah.
It took 3 service breaks for Nishikori to beat Murray, and he finally got him the last one and won it 7-5 in the 5th. Murray breaking back twice in the 5th before that. I thought we were going to get a 5th set tiebreak, but Nishikori grabbed one more break at the end. His returning was superb, and actually he was more aggressive from the baseline than Murray. I think that won him the match.
Yeah. He was more aggressive. He came a lot to the net, so he was brave, because normally you don't see Nishikori going to the net so much, and even if he was missing some volley, but he was putting pressure.
And he was playing serve and volley every third or fourth point. You never knew when he was going to do it.
Yeah. Clever steps.
It was.
And Wawrinka, well, versus Del Potro, when they were exchanging rallies on the backhands, even if Del Potro today was also playing some
two-handed drives.
Drive
right.
Instead of just slice ones.
Right.
But he was in troubles when they were playing, and then the backhand down the line of Wawrinka made him winning a lot of points.
Yeah, especially later in the match, because early on when Wawrinka went down the line up the backhand, Del Potro's running forehand was excellent, but then the further the match went, you saw the legs go from Del Potro, and he couldn't make that shot anymore.
Okay, so instead of talking about the women, well, tomorrow we will have the 2 semifinals. So Serena Williams, she's playing first versus Pliskova, who has never played a semifinal in a slam. Serena won 6-3 in the third versus Halep, 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it was one of the first matches where Halep was able to put in trouble Serena.
Yeah, she managed to break her a few times, and that was a good effort, but she got behind early in the third and never could catch up. Serena just played too strong in the third set, too aggressively, and not making enough mistakes for Halep to profit. So it was probably a good thing for Serena to finally have a match and be tested that way.
I think Serena will beat Pliskova.
I do too. Yeah.
And between Wozniacki and Kerber, okay, Kerber maybe is considered the favorite, but Wozniacki has a sort of game doesn't give much power. She could create some problems to Kerber.
I think she can create a lot of problems for Kerber, and I think we might have a long, hard-fought three-setter there because it's going to take a lot of work for Kerber, and her cross-court forehand goes into the strength of Wozniacki, the two-handed backhand. It'll be interesting to see how that pattern works out.
Okay, well, it's all for tonight. Thanks to Steve Flink, who is 1 day older, but is still in great shape. See you tomorrow.